This is a gentle yoga practice, and we're going to focus on areas around the hips, including the hamstrings, the hip flexors, the glutes, and the inner thighs, the adductors. So you can start by making sure you have everything you need. A strap or a hand towel will work, a blanket, and then if you have yoga blocks, you can have those ready as well. Start by lying on your back. You can bring your hands to your chest or your belly or down to your side. Take some nice deep cleansing breaths, allowing that body to relax, opening up through the shoulder blades, relaxing your jaw, smoothing over your brow. And as you focus on your breath, you can move to Ujjayi breathing. So inhale, exhale through your nose. As you do that, you're going to constrict your throat, creating a whispering ha sound in the back of the throat. Draw your arms up to a T position with the palms up and walk your feet up to the outside edges of your mat as you draw your knees over to your left side. Inhale, bring the knees up and draw them to the right side. So just windshield wiper those legs side to side, incorporating your breath. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you draw down. Waking up your hips. Next time those knees are over to the left side, go ahead and lift up your left ankle and put it on the outside of the right thigh. Allow that knee to draw down to the ground as much as it feels comfortable. Breathe deep into the belly. Now release that foot. Draw the knees up and over to your right side now. And then the right ankle is going to lift up and come on the outside of the left thigh. Make any adjustments to make it feel more comfortable in your body, and then draw those knees down toward the mat. Go ahead and come on up, leaving that ankle crossed. We're going to go to Reclined Pigeon. So you're going to reach behind the left thigh, pull that knee in towards your chest. You can curl up your shoulder blades, tuck that chin in, or keep your head relaxed back on your mat. Feeling an opening in the glute muscles. You can also flex those feet to change the stretch a bit. And then go ahead and switch legs, crossing the ankle to the opposite thigh. Reach behind that right thigh now, pulling that into your chest, flexing your feet or curling up towards your legs. Now releasing, bring both knees into your chest, curling up, nose toward the knees, releasing the low back. Bring those feet down gently to your mat. You're going to open up those knees to the outside, drawing the soles of your feet together, moving into Reclined Supta Baddha Konasana. You can also use your blocks or a blanket to put underneath your thighs to support your legs while you're in this position to make it more comfortable. Just breathe and enjoy the relaxation, allowing those legs to draw open. You may notice some tightness in your inner thighs, your adductors. Breathe in, and with each exhale, see if you can allow those adductors to relax. Now, if you had a block underneath your legs, you can remove that out. Bring your right knee into your chest as you grab behind the thigh and roll that ankle around a few times in each direction. Straighten out your left leg and ground that thigh by pushing that thigh down towards your mat, pulling that knee into your chest and a little bit out to the side to the right underarm. Now crossing that leg over the straight leg into a gentle spinal twist. You can use a block or a pillow or a blanket to help support that leg as you move into a more gentle twist position. The right arm can be extended out to the side in a T position and your left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Okay, releasing and bringing that leg back. Pull your left knee into your chest. Roll that ankle around a few times in each direction. And then slide out your right leg, grounding that thigh. Push that thigh down in towards your mat. Pull that knee in and a little bit out to the side towards the left underarm. That'll help open up the area of the iliopsoas, the hip flexor. Now cross that knee over the straight leg. You're going to bring that left arm out to the side in a T position and gently place your right hand on the outside of that left thigh. You're welcome to use a block underneath your knee to support your leg and move more into a gentle supported twist. Rolling back to your back, extend those legs out. You're going to walk your feet over to your left side, and then arching your back, you're going to reach over to the left side as well, creating a crescent moon or banana shape with your body as much as possible. Then lifting that right ankle up and crossing it over the left. You'll feel this stretch through your waist and your quadratus laborum, your QL, which is a lower back muscle that can feel pretty tight in a lot of people. It's like a rectangle shape in your lower back. So if you don't feel it, go ahead and lean a little bit more over to that side. Make sure that your bottom and your hips have stayed connected with your mat. Also, both shoulder blades have stayed connected and you didn't lift up on that side as you're moving toward your left. Go ahead and release that ankle. We're going to switch over to the opposite side. Walk those feet over to the right as much as it feels comfortable, and then arching, also reaching to the right side, and then cross your left ankle over the right, making any adjustments in your body that feels comfortable. Also double check that you didn't lift up your shoulder or your left hip. Keep that connected with the ground. Releasing that ankle, go ahead and walk those legs back to center. Arms reach above the head, expand the rib cage, open the fingers, open the toes, and just stretch. And then bring both knees into your chest and curl up. Nice release of the low back. Okay, grabbing those toes, you're going to take your first 2 fingers between the big toe and the second toe and open up to happy baby. And you're going to rock side to side if you'd like. You're pointing those heels up toward the ceiling or the sky. And the heels are right above those knees. Open up those legs as wide as it feels comfortable. And then releasing those legs one at a time back to your mat. Go ahead and grab your strap now or a hand towel. You're going to wrap that strap or hand towel on the arch of your right leg. The other leg is bent. And you're going to point and flex. This is a great stretch for the hamstrings, the back of the thigh. So point and flex, kind of called flossing. You want to open up, pull it in towards your body. And then when you're ready, you can extend out the opposite leg. That's going to go into a deeper stretch. And press that thigh down into the ground. So you're grounding out that opposite leg. Hold both ends of the strap or your towel with each hand. And then take both ends of the strap in your right hand as the left arm goes out to the side. Open that right leg to the outside while keeping that left hip grounded so it doesn't lift up. Listen to your body. Only go as far as your body is talking to you. It's not yelling at you. It feels comfortable. Go ahead and switch sides. You're going to switch that hand and cross that leg over in the opposite direction. Again, trying to keep your body connected with the ground. I'm going to pull that pinky toe back towards you or pull the leg in closer to you. You could also tug a little bit on that strap, feeling that stretch to the TFL, the tensor fascia lata. Goes into the IT band. Let's go back to our right side as we open up, stretching that adductor, that inner thigh on the right leg. And then switching back, switching hands to your left hand and cross it over your body. Stretching the outer thigh, the TFL, the IT band. Pull those toes, especially your pinky toe, back towards you. Bring that leg in a little bit closer if you need a deeper stretch, and then give a little tug on your strap or towel. Back to the center, one hand on each end of the strap. See if you can bring that leg a little bit closer with that opening of the hamstring. Pull those toes back towards you. Okay, releasing that strap, go ahead and allow that leg to come down and just notice the difference between your right and left leg. Make any adjustments in your body before we move to the other side. You're going to lift that right leg bent first, and then you're going to take the strap around the arch of the left foot. Go ahead and point and flex that foot. And slowly making your way into the stretch. And then pulling that leg towards you as much as it feels comfortable. Listen to your body. Pull those toes back towards you. One hand on each side of the strap. You can walk your hands up closer to your foot, kind of play around with where you're holding onto the strap. And then extend out that right leg as you're pushing that thigh down to the ground. Round out that opposite leg. That'll deepen the stretch. Breathe into the stretch. Allow that hamstring to relax a little bit more. Now grabbing both ends of the strap with your left hand, you're going to reach that right arm out to the side, grounding that opposite side as you open that leg out to the outside. Pay attention to your right hip. Make sure that doesn't lift up. See if you can hold that down as you're facing straight up toward the ceiling or to the sky. And that nice opening of the adductor. Now switching sides. So grab hold of that both ends of the strap with your right hand. Cross it over the midline of your body. Opposite arm extends out into a T, and then again, pulling that pinky toe back towards you, or give that foot a little tug to feel that in the TFL, outer thigh. And then opening back to that adductor stretch on the outside. Left arm pulls the strap, right arm out into a T. Keeping that opposite leg still grounded, pushing that thigh down towards the ground. Go ahead and switch. We'll go over one more time, crossing across the midline of the body. Again, to deepen this, pull that pinky toe towards you or pull your leg closer towards you. Opposite arm is out in a T, so you can ground out that area. Okay, back to the center, one hand on each end of your strap. Go ahead and pull that leg, see if you can come in a little bit closer this time. Pull those toes back towards you. And then releasing your strap and allow that leg to go down to meet the other one. Just pause here for a few breaths. When you're ready, you're going to go ahead and pull those heels up, trying to get them as close as you can underneath those knees as you bring those hips up toward the sky or to the ceiling. Your arms are straight out by your sides on your mat with your palms down. We're up in a bridge position. And to relax your jaw and your neck and your facial muscles. And then an option here to have a supported bridge, which is a nice option, is to put that block right under your sacrum. So below the lumbar, the lower back, around that triangle bone at the end of the spine, right between the bottom, the cheeks. You can either have the block straight down or a little bit higher. I'm just enjoying that supported bridge. Okay. Go ahead and bring that block down so that it's more flat. You're going to straighten out that left leg and pull the right knee into your chest. This is a deeper hip flexor stretch. You're going to pull that knee open to the right side a little bit more. Make sure you're grounding out that left thigh, pushing that thigh into the ground. That height that we can get with that block under the sacrum is really going to help open that hip flexor up. If you don't have a block, using a blanket can help. And we'll switch sides. Go ahead and bring that left knee into your chest. Pulling it open a little bit to the side towards the underarm. Ground out that leg by pushing that thigh down towards your mat. Really feel that opening in the hip flexor, that iliopsoas. It's a tight spot when we sit a lot. Okay, this next one, we'll just do a gentle inversion. You can have that block underneath that sacrum. You can bring the legs straight up. If you have a wall nearby, you're welcome to just do the legs up the wall to give those legs a little bit of a support. If this doesn't feel comfortable to have your legs straight, you can keep them bent. So it's just a mild inversion. Our hips are just a little bit higher. And then drawing those legs down one at a time. Release that block under your sacrum. If you have one there, if you have a blanket, we're going to roll over onto our abs. Moving to a Sphinx position, so the elbows are right below the shoulders. Go ahead and pull those shoulders back away from the ears, up straight ahead along the horizon. The palms are down and hands are straight forward from your elbows. Let's come on down, hands below the shoulders, and press up into a baby cobra. Check in with those shoulders, make sure they're not hunched up by your ears. Coming on down. And we're going to lift up into a locust. So pull those arms back with the palms up. Lift those arms and legs, upper body, squeezing the glutes. And then hands below the shoulders, pressing on up into all fours. Okay, once you're on all fours and knees are under the hips and hands are under the shoulders, we're going to do a few cat-cows. So rounding out to start, chin coming to your chest. And then inhale, expanding the belly, lengthen your spine, look along the horizon. Exhale, rounding out into cat. And inhale into cow. Exhale, press into those fingertips, open up the shoulder blades. You can pull those hips back and kind of flow through, diving through into your cow. Round it out, pull those hips back towards your heels, and then dive through, lengthening that spine into cow. Exhale, rounding out, just kind of flowing through, making that circular motion, that wave motion with the cat-cow. Let's draw back now into child's pose. And you're going to see that I'm not able to bend my knee all the way due to knee surgery, so my bottom's going to kind of hang up in the air, but you can bring yours all the way back to your heels. Another nice gentle version is to put a block right underneath your forehead to support the weight of your head and your upper body. You can have your elbows under your shoulders again for more support for the upper body weight, or you can extend them straight out on your mat. And coming back to all fours position. Let's take that right foot and step it forward. You're going to scooch that left knee back. You can use your blocks to extend your reach if you're having trouble reaching the mat without discomfort. And then expand out, looking straight ahead. That back knee is back as far as it feels comfortable. The hips are low. When you're ready, you're going to lift up, moving to cactus arms so that your palms are forward and your arms are in a 90-degree angle, opening up through the belly and the chest. That front knee stays above the ankle. You can do a gentle twist to the right side. And then coming back, lifting that left arm up as high as you can and doing a nice arch over. You can use the block to support that weight as you laterally flex the spine, keeping that knee above the ankle in the front, opening up through that waist and your hip flexor once again. And then coming on down, we're going to shift, get both those blocks if you need it. We're going to shift our weight back, heels, or your bottom goes right above that knee, and you're going to lengthen out that front leg as straight as it feels comfortable, nose to the knee. This is half monkey or half split. Some options here. You can point that toe down towards the corner of your mat, that left corner of your mat, or you can pull those toes back up towards you. So when you have that foot kind of flat and turned in, you might feel that stretch up in your shin, and then pulling those toes back, you'll feel a little bit more deeper in the hamstring. All right, let's go ahead and step that back foot up. You're going to turn that foot at about 11 o'clock, and we're going to go to nose to knee pyramid, using those blocks to extend your reach if you would like. You can get rid of them, hands on the mat. You can also play around by shifting your weight forward and back. You want to keep those hips pretty even with each other. You can shorten up your stance if that feels more comfortable. Feel a nice stretch up the back of the thigh. Okay, stepping that front foot to meet the back foot. We're going to go into downward facing dog, ears between the upper arms. I'm going to press that tailbone back and up, lengthen out your spine, bending those knees. It's going to bring the stretch to the soleus, the muscle behind the calf. Then lengthen those legs. Going to pull those heels up on the balls of the feet. Feel a nice stretch to the arch of the foot, and then draw those heels down. Lengthen through the hamstrings. Bring the knees back in. Lengthen out those legs. Lift the heels up, and then back down. Drawing those knees all the way down to your mat. Let's go back to all fours position. Stepping that left foot forward. One hand on each side. Go ahead and scooch that back knee back as much as it feels comfortable as you draw those hips down towards your mat, and then expand through your belly and your chest. Look straight along the horizon. Nice opening for that hip flexor. Go ahead and come on up when you're ready. Palms forward into cactus arms. Expand through that chest. Hips are forward like headlights, and that front knee is right above the ankle. Let's do a gentle twist to our left. And then bringing those blocks, if you have them, you can bring onto your left side. We're going to reach up as high as you can with that right arm, and then a nice side bend to the left. You can use that block on the left to support your weight as you're laterally flexing your spine. We're opening through that rib cage, the QL, the hip flexor, and then coming back down. Use the blocks to extend your reach as you shift that weight back into your half monkey, half split. That hip is above the knee. You're pointing that toe kind of in towards that front corner part of your mat, feeling that stretch in your shin, and then pulling the toes up to deepen the stretch in the back of the thigh, the hamstring. Draw that nose toward the knee and the belly and the chest toward the thigh. Breathe. Okay, shifting that weight. Let's go ahead and step up. That back foot's going to step up in about an 11 o'clock position. Nose to knee pyramid, using those blocks to extend your reach if you need to. That front leg's going to lengthen out as much as it feels comfortable. Drawing that belly in toward the thigh. You can shift your weight, kind of rock forward and back so that you have an even amount of weight on that front and back leg, and your hips are pretty square with each other. Okay, step the front foot to meet the back foot. Let's go back to downward facing dog. Ears are between the upper arm. Really spread that weight through those fingertips to prevent too much weight on the wrist. Pushing that tailbone back and up. Just breathe. Enjoy the downward facing dog. When you're ready, you're going to step that right foot forward. Nice strong leg and back. Left hand plants on the inside. Gentle twist to the right. Reach that right arm all the way up straight from the shoulder, and then come down. Step back into your downward facing dog. And then step your left foot forward. If you need a little help, may not be one step, maybe use your hand to help it forward. Right hand is going to plant on the inside. You're welcome to use your block here. Gentle twist to the left. Head and neck is in a nice neutral position with your spine. Okay, coming on down. Step that foot to meet the back foot. Let's go back to our downward facing dog. Then bring that left knee up towards the left wrist. Settle it down. You're going to slide that front lower leg in a diagonal. Shift your weight back into pigeon. Opening up through the chest, and then if you'd like, you can go down to your forearms. Now that front leg in pigeon it's all about your comfort level. You shouldn't have any pain in your joint. So I like to do a nice diagonal where the heel would be right about where the hip flexor is, right at that front part of the hip. But you can make any adjustment that works for your body. Make sure that weight stays pretty even. That back leg is straight back from the glute. Go ahead and lift up, curling that back toe, kind of coming up to a plank, and then back to downward facing dog. And we're going to bring the other knee up toward the wrist. So the right knee to the right wrist, settle it down. That lower leg goes in a diagonal, and you're going to slide all the way back. Now you'll see me struggle with this because I have ACL surgery and my knee just is not going to bend this way. So I'm going to keep my bottom up and do as much as I can. And again, this is a great opportunity. You can put a block under that. If your glute's up really high, you can put a block or a blanket or a pillow. Now that I'm watching this, like, what a struggle. So just do what you can. I didn't really put that block under there that well, but I would put it more on its. I was trying to get it up high enough to get on my glute, but it didn't quite work out as I planned. Okay, let's come on up. And go back to our downward facing dog. I love Pigeon, so I don't want to leave it out for you guys, but it wasn't quite working for me on that side. Let's go to our child's pose once again. And again, you can do the wide leg child's pose, which is my favorite. You have the knees out nice and wide, the big toes touching. Draw those hips back all the way to your heels. Again, you're going to see my bottom kind of hanging up there. And if you have any knee issues, you could also keep yours up or put a blanket behind the knees. And then stretch those arms. Walk your hands over to the left, kind of doing a little side bend, and then walking them over to the right. Okay, coming on up. Let's go to all fours once again. Lifting that right arm up, gentle twist to the right. You're going to thread that arm through the open space, drawing that shoulder all the way down. The other arm can pretty much go wherever it feels comfortable. It can stretch out in front of you, or you can wrap it behind your back. And then coming back to all fours, lift that left arm up and then thread it through that open space. Shoulder comes all the way down, extending out the right arm. And putting it behind your back, whatever feels comfortable. And then gently coming up to all fours position. Bring that right leg out to the side so the heel is in the same line with your knee, and shift your weight back as you draw to your elbows, and then push into that foot and get that inner thigh to open up there. So you should feel that in that right inner thigh, the right adductor. Kind of rock a little bit, find that sweet spot for yourself. And then bringing that leg in, and we'll switch to the opposite side. Left leg comes out to the side. Remember that heel's in the same line as the knee. Shift your weight back, drawing those elbows down. Push into that foot that's on the outside. See if you can get that stretch in the inner thigh. Inhale, come up. Back to all fours. Coming up to a kneeling position, we're going to do just a gentle extension for our back. We're going to put those hands like you're tucking them in your back pockets. Push that heel against your sacrum. Squeeze your glutes, push those hips forward, and open up through your belly, chest, and you can look up towards the sky. Pull those elbows back, shoulders down. Okay, releasing, coming back. We're going to have a seat. Bring those legs over to the right side. Your knees are bent. You may have your legs may be more open. You're going to take that left arm up as high as you can. This can be a little bit of a struggle to get over there if you're pretty tight, so that's normal. Open your legs up if you need to. Do a nice side stretch. And then bring that left forearm down to the ground and stretch out through the quad, through the front part of the thigh, bringing that heel towards the bottom, opening up through the belly and the chest. Okay, go ahead and take that ankle, cross it over, and you're going to hug that knee into your chest. Nice stretch for the glute here. And this one, you're going to cross that ankle up there, and this can be challenging for tight glutes. You're going to gently put your hand on that inner portion of the lower leg or reach forward, and you'll feel a real deep stretch in the glute. Also in that TFL, again, that tensor fascia lata that goes into the IT band. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over the opposite sides. Swivel those legs over the opposite side. That arm is going to go up and over. Nice lateral stretch, opening up through that waist and the QL. Again, if you need to open those knees or legs up a little bit to get over there, you can do that. Come on down, bringing that forearm to your mat. Grab that top ankle and then keep that heel right behind your bottom as you pull that leg back. Push your hip forward, neutral position with your neck. Nice quadricep stretch, that front part of the thigh. Also getting the hip flexor. And then pressing through that hand, let's come on up. Bring that foot around to the outside of the thigh. This is a little bit more challenging for me to do here. You're going to wrap that arm around, kind of hugging that knee across your body, feeling that stretch in the glute. And then this is the one that it's going to be a struggle here. You're going to bring that knee, kind of put some weight on that inner portion of that lower leg and kind of push that knee down towards the ground as much as it feels comfortable, or reach forward and kind of bend forward. And you'll really feel that deep stretch in the glute and the TFL, IT band. Okay, let's come on up, release that ankle. Going into a butterfly once again, soles of the feet together, and lean forward. Inhale, come up. Let's bring those legs together. We're going to go ahead and make our way down onto our mat. So hands behind the legs and roll back one vertebra at a time. Nice and slow. Extend those arms above your head. Extend out those legs and just really stretch open. Expand the rib cage. Take a nice deep breath. And then we're going to prepare ourselves for Savasana. So bringing those hands to your belly or your chest or out to the side with your palms up. Coming back to that Ujjayi breathing. Just noticing in your body as we move through that gentle practice, working on all those areas in our body that tend to be a little bit tight as we release that tension, that physical tension. You might find that also helped us release some mental tension, and we feel more relaxed and calm and centered. So keeping your focus on your breath, the inhale and the exhale. Okay, slowly bringing your awareness back into the room. You can roll to your side when you're ready. Starting to take a few more deeper, more invigorating breaths. Just enjoying this feeling of relaxation as we make our way up to a seated position to close our practice. I hope you're feeling pretty good. Bring those hands to your heart center and then up to the forehead, and we close by saying namaste. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this gentle practice.